What's up, guys? Good evening. Hear me out. Listen, hear me out before you form an opinion, okay? The day after the 1122 King Road homicides of Xana, Maddie, Kaylee, and Ethan, okay? The day after, there's a press release. James Fry, police chief, Moscow, Idaho. This occurred in Moscow, Idaho, around the campus of Idaho University, right around where a lot of the sorority houses are for this college, okay? College town. Somewhere between 3 a.m. and noon the next day, an intruder entered the house and stabbed 4 of the 6 people that were in the home to death. 2 survived and 1 witnessed the supposed killer. Okay? It has come out from a mother from Washington State University that the whole community and the kids started getting texts and messages, and this was vetted by her saying this, telling this story, and then she said, so then I called the FBI. She's talking about weeks ago calling the FBI on a certain day. I say, Kim, can you show me you called the FBI 2 weeks ago on the date you said? She pulled it right up, man. It was Moscow, Idaho police and the FBI. She talked to both of them. One was a 3-minute phone call. One was like a minute and a half phone call. She let them know what she knew. But what I'm really want to get into here is that Kim is the first one to bring something up that may be the 3rd biggest bombshell in the Bryan Kohnwrger case to date, okay? Bryan was in his last year of his PhD studies at WSU. And in that instance, he is required to volunteer his time or get an internship as like a civil servant, police officer, peace officer, something. Okay? We know that he applied at the Pullman police station over the summer as the times were lined up. He would have definitely, the times were lined up, and he would have, okay, the times lined up too, okay. Okay, I started, hold on, man, I'm getting all fucking junked up. So James Fry said in the beginning, there is no threat to the public. This was a targeted attack. How the fuck did he know this, man? Bryan Kohnwrger, to requirement to be able to complete his PhD in good standing and graduate, he had to volunteer or do an internship through a police department. We have seen an email where he applied to the Pullman Police Department. We see a wonderful conversation between him and the chief that looks like, how do we know the other 2 that were applying weren't from other schools that needed to do their interns or their community service hours or their civil servant hours too? And again, 3 people ended up helping or working, or again, volunteering for this program. That's feasible as well. Bryan was to sign up in the summer and to start the internship around August or September. That way he would have a few months of his hours internship before he graduated in May. Bryan was involved with the police somehow through the exact time of these murders. Let me go further to say, their whole thing of some security guard at his apartment complex on a whim decided, I'm going to go look at this white car and this Bryan Kohnwrger guy. Bullshit. They knew from day one there was no threat to the public. So if James Fry would say there is no threat to the public, and then some killer goes out killing motherfuckers, You understand where that comes as like a very big conflict right there. Like people, you don't say that to the public if you are not 150% sure. Because if it would come back on you, that's reason to like lose your job, man. It's reason for not good things. So he says that, and then I was listening to what was fucking, so he says that there's no threat to the public. Okay, Kim, the WSU mother, says that it's a requirement to complete these hours to graduate with your PhD. So I started digging into it. It is a requirement. But it's been like, it's like they showed it to us and then took it away. Oh, he applied. That's it. But there was never really a definitive answer. What happened after the interactions with the chief? Did Bryan get the job? Did he not? When did he start? So some of the there's also page 17 in the affidavit says something about what his whereabouts were for an entire day from another officer. How did that officer know where Bryan was all day unless he was working at the police station? Come on, guys, open your eyes with it. They are trying to keep this one from coming out. How would you feel the person that killed you stalked you over video cameras that were set up to protect you? He stalked you from a police department that's there to protect you. This is going to come out. It was part of his intern. So if he wasn't involved in the Pullman Police Department or Moscow, he would not have graduated in May and got his PhD. I haven't heard one time that he was behind on getting his PhD or graduating. Did you? So, again, he did time it to sales. Now he came up to here. He is graduating this summer, okay? He had to do an internship. I'm not wrong. Where did Bryan do his internship? Pullman? Did they show us enough to not give us the real truth? So that we can dig a little bit and find out that he did? That should be public information, though, man. Those are public officers that are dealing with the community, in the community, but was he maybe there to help with, like, some psychological profiling type things, or, like, maybe he was there to, again, assess interactions with the police and body cams and people and understand how you can improve? He did say something about that. Bryan, there was an email or something. I don't know. Like I said, man, there was a little bit of correspondence between him and the chief, and then quiet, silence. Because at the end of the day, they were given enough to not give out the truth. But at the end of the day, he was definitely somewhere. Where's the Pullman or the Moscow Police Department? Is it close or within cell phone radius to 1122 King Road? Like I said, how would you feel if you entrusted the police to protect and serve, and you have a cop that is literally using all the services of the police station that are in place to protect you, to find out your movements, your whereabouts, and to stalk you? How would you feel? That's why it's okay. It can come out that fucking he might be an incel. It's okay. It can come out the wounds of the victims. When it comes out that this man manipulated his way into the police department and was in their systems, we go think in. Bryan's smarter than we all think, man. Just sit back and take a look at this. But again, from the statement of James Fry saying that there is no danger to the public, to I can't, man. To Kim again, and me doing my research online and finding out that it is a requirement to graduate with enough credits for your PhD. You have to volunteer or get hours volunteering as a civil, is something that you're graduating, criminology, police, something, man. Bryan was involved with one of these police stations. Which one was it? Whoever guesses right, $20 Cash App. I'll send it to you as soon as you guess the right answer. As soon as it comes out from the news, it's coming right to you. Like, subscribe, and share.